The world of cycling is one of the most viewed sports in the world, with big races such as Paris-Roubaix, the Giro d'Italia, and the crown jewel of the Tour de France, and as a result, being watched by hundreds of millions of people every year. There is a lucrative salary attached to the best performers in these races who capture the most TV time for their teams and sponsors. But one thing that we will also see on this list is that the salaries isn't just about your performance on a yearly basis, with few of these riders not even being in the top 10 of the UCI ranking that we looked at of 2024, but also their reputation as a rider that they built up through many years. The result of this hardship in terms of the lower end of the cycling world on a world tour team is that the minimum salary is 42,047 euros per year, a figure that will rise to 44,150 euros in the 2025 season, except the Neo Pros, who will have a figure of 34,020 euros the following year as well. But that aside, there were many achievements happening in 2024, with plenty of top riders extending their contracts on the back of these achievements. And in today's video, we're going to look at 10 of the biggest earner on the world tour. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to keep up to date with all the videos here on the channel. Before we start the top 10, we might as well look at two riders who seem to have been bumped off the list, and that is Carlos Rodriguez and Egan Bernal, who were both sitting at 2.5 million euros. Egan Bernal had signed a lucrative contract after won the Tour de France and the Giro d'Italia in 2021, but in his first year of that big contract, he had a big crash in Colombia, and that has also attributed to some of the struggles with Ineos Grenadiers and impact their salary budget significantly. But with that out of the way, first on the list is friend of the channel, the sensational Biniam Girmay, who has had his best season so far in his young career after a bit of a struggle in 2023. The Eritrean superstar was able to become the first ever Eritrean to win not only a stage of the Tour de France, but 3 stages after some impressive sprinting, and even going on to win the green jersey as well, becoming the first Eritrean to do that. Bini has become the face of Intermarché, and the Belgian team haven't got the biggest budget on the world tour, which was thought to be around 14 million, and it probably has increased significantly since then. And as a result, they began building a team around Biniam Girmay. And in 2024, Bini's performances meant that he finished 9th on the overall rider ranking, as first time Intermarché have gotten a rider in there since 2022. So that will also potentially increase their sponsorship. And after his 2022 season, where he won the Ghent-Wevelgem and a stage of the Giro d'Italia, his salary from that time went from 300,000 euros to 1 million euros. And it's estimated a similar progression was made when he signed his new extension until the end of 2028, following his success at the Tour de France, with his salary somewhere in the region of 2 to 3 million euros a year now. Biniam Girmay is seen as the African Peter Sagan, as he is a fast sprinter who can climb and has had a good track record in the classics as well. And in 2025, for sure, he will hope to replicate what he did at the Tour de France, but also improve on his classic performances. Girmay has had a big impact on the sport despite only being at the top level since 2022, but the sky is well and truly the limit. The first rider from UAE on the list is Adam Yates, making a reportedly 2.7 million euros, who made a move from Ineos Grenadiers to UAE for the 2023 season, and in his time with UAE so far has proved to be an incredible super domestique for Tadej Pogačar, finishing 3rd in the Tour de France in 2023 on the podium, as well as in 2024 he was used tactically on a number of stages to put pressure on Visma Lease Bike and Soudal Quickstep to help Pogačar dominate the Tour de France, and Yates himself still managed to finish inside the top 10. As well as being a super domestique, he's also a good points gatherer of the UCI rankings, having won the Tour de Romandie in 2023 and as well the Tour de Suisse in 2024. Yates has filled a crucial role for the team as a right-hand man for Tadej Pogačar, and also been a vital signing for the team to pick up a number of UCI points, and he's really contributed to them dominating the UCI team rankings as well. His contract is until 2025, and for sure they will renew for one more extension, you would think. Number 8 on the list is arguably the fastest rider in the peloton, and in 2024 he racked up 9 wins, which was a bit lower than what he did in 2023, which was 19 wins. He signed a new contract in 2024, believed to be close to the 3 million mark, and keeping him with the team until 2028 after speculations that he might be leaving the team for Tudor Pro Cycling or even Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. Philipsen finished 3rd on the UCI ranking, really demonstrating his value for the team. The big highlight for him, of course, was winning Milan-San Remo, where he was very strong in the final sprint, and he even managed to finish 2nd at Paris-Roubaix behind his teammate Mathieu van der Poel, amongst other classic successes such as the Brugge de Pan. At the Tour de France, despite disappointment early on, he went on to win 3 stages overall and came very close to winning that green jersey title once again. Being a monument winner, green jersey winner, and having 9 Tour de France stages to his name, you can see just how highly they value him. Coming in number 7, this is the highest paid Ineos Grenadiers rider on the list, and it's not Geraint Thomas, but his countryman of Tom Pidcock, earning reportedly €4 million a year, a reflection of his high value to the team. And this doesn't even include his performance bonuses, his personal sponsorship with Red Bull, and the various cyclocross appearances, fees and winnings that he gets as well, along with any mountain bike winnings. Tom Pidcock's salary has become a focal point in the off-season, with the speculation around his future. Rumours are already swirling about team changes and signings, and a few stories are intriguing as Pidcock's potential departure from Ineos Grenadiers. The tension is building as Pidcock has spent much of the season focusing on mountain biking, with a successful defense of his Olympic gold medal in Paris, rather than dedicating himself entirely to the road season. Ineos Grenadiers had high hopes for Tom Pidcock as a potential successor for Geraint Thomas in the Tour de France, but since signing Tom Pidcock, they have seen a modest return with only 5 career wins from the Yorkshireman. While he's achieved some impressive victories, including the 2022 Tour de France Alpe d'Huez stage win, winning Strade Bianche in 2023, and in 2024 winning Amstel Gold, the team's overall win record falls short compared to their competitors, especially this year, considering their financial backing. And Ineos Grenadiers reportedly want Pidcock to focus exclusively on the road to justify his salary, a demand that conflicts with his passion for competing in both cyclocross and mountain bike. But he has said that he might be dedicating himself more to the road in the future. And this year there's been rumours about his departure to potentially Q36.5 or even Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. But is Tom Pidcock worth the salary to Ineos Grenadiers? That is a question for us all. Staying on the theme of cyclocross riders turned road stars, and that is the Belgian superstar Wout van Aert, who brings in a reported €4 million as well, similar to Tom Pidcock. Wout van Aert has been an incredible rider for the Dutch outfit of Visma Lease Bike in the last few years, not only getting big results such as winning Milan-San Remo, plus in the Tour de France, a number of stage wins, including the green jersey in 2022, and being instrumental in toppling Tadej Pogačar at the 2022 and 2023 Tour de France. Unfortunately, in 2024, a number of crashes have cost him key targets, crashing in Dwars-Vlaanderen, which took him out of Paris-Roubaix and Ronde van Vlaanderen. The Olympics, he also had a crash, and finally at the Vuelta a España, he had a crash late on, which took him out of the race, which he was doing very well, winning 3 stages, and he was looking like he could potentially take the points jersey. Wout van Aert receives a fair bit of money as well for the cyclocross season, where he has appearance fees, and these fees could rack up annually to about 150,000 to 250,000 euros per cyclocross season, and that's not even including his personal Red Bull sponsorship as well. His contract is until the end of 2026, and it will be interesting to see if he stays at the team or if he goes to potentially Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. Now we come to the demigod of cyclocross and most cycling events, and that is Mathieu van der Poel, who is currently still a double world champion, who reportedly also earns $4 million a year from the team. He He is, of course, the newly crowned gravel world champion and 6-time cyclocross world champion, and this salary excludes his earnings from his lucrative sponsorships with Lamborghini, Swift, as well as his personal contract with Canyon. That is a 10-year deal ending in 2034, potentially past his career as it stands. This doesn't even include his vast cyclocross appearance fees, which are estimated to be around 15 to 20,000 euros per race as a multiple world champion, and this could potentially bring his annual cyclocross winnings and appearance fees up to around €500,000 as well. Mathieu van der Poel is an incredible rider that performs at the biggest stage on the road, having won the Tour of Flanders 3 times, Paris-Roubaix twice in a row, and this year finishing even on the podium of Liège-Bastogne-Liège. And this is all despite not having the best record at the Tour de France, where he only has one stage win in 2021 and has been used more as a lead-out role for Jasper Philipsen. Van der Poel in 2024 showed his incredible form as world champion. What will Mathieu van der Poel do in the future? Who knows, but he is a true superstar of the sport. Next on the list is another rider who extended his contract in 2024, and that is the 2-time Tour de France winner of Jonas Vingegaard, earning between 4 and 5 million a year depending on bonuses. Vingegaard joined the team in 2018 after being spotted from the Danish team called Quick, and since then has evolved into one of the best climbers in the peloton, having won a multitude of stage races since that, including the Dauphiné, Tour of Basque Country and Tirreno. But in 2024 it was certainly not his year, with a terrible crash in the Tour of Basque Country. However, his bounce back was one of legends, managing to get to the start line without any racing in the legs and win a stage and finish second. Not bad from the Dane. Vingegaard might not be the most flamboyant character off the bike, but on the bike he certainly is, and perhaps in 2025 we will even see him go to the Giro d'Italia for the first time in his career, and there could be a huge appearance fee waiting for him and the team. Jonas Vingegaard is arguably at the strongest team for his skill set, and it will be great to see his battles in the years to come with his main rivals. Before we get into the top 3, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel here if you haven't already, and why not check out the incredible rise of Jonas Vingegaard himself. But next on the list is the double Olympic champion who also managed to win the World Time Trial Championships this year, and that is of course Remco Evenepoel, who even finished 3rd in his debut Tour de France, so has had a very good year. Remco has been a bit of speculation once more, as he was on the brink of a high-profile move to Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, with rumors swirling around that the Austrian team had offered him a staggering 10 million euros per season to switch over. A former Sporza commentator shared that Red Bull was not only prepared to offer a lucrative contract, but also promised Evenepoel additional support with key staff to accompany him from Soudal Quickstep. However, Remco Evenepoel ultimately chose loyalty over this new offer and chose to remain with Soudal Quickstep for 2025, and Patrick Lefevere fought hard to retain Evenepoel, closing any financial gaps with additional backing from Jürgen Fuhr, ensuring that the star's current salary reaches heights of 5 million per year. Furthermore, Patrick Lefevere placed obstacles around the transfer to keep him within the team, as Soudal Quickstep have gutted most of their classic and sprinting team in favor of the Remco Evenepoel project. Lefevere's firm response marked this as Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe's second attempt to acquire the Belgian sensation, underscoring the lengths Soudal Quickstep would go to keep their Belgian superstar. Remco Evenepoel is of course a very hot property, having success very early on in his career, and being Belgian just makes him even more lucrative, and has been linked with Ineos Grenadiers heavily in the past, as well as Israel Premier Tech. But I think we won't see this Belgian leaving anytime soon, when 10 million euros can't pry him away, and his current contract is until 2026. Now coming to number 2 on the list, and that is Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe's current talisman of Primoў Roglić, who signed an incredible 3-year deal that keeps him at Bora Hansgrohe for 2 more seasons following his 2024 season. Roglić took a bit of financial persuasion to get him away from Jumbo-Visma, being a winner of the Giro d'Italia and multiple Vuelta Spanias with the Dutch team, and even having that 2nd place at the Tour as well. His first season with Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe has been a bit turbulent, with 2 dramatic unexpected crashes at the Tour of Basque Country and the Tour de France, but there have been several high points as well for the Slovenian, as he managed to win the Criterium du Dauphiné in a commanding fashion. And at the Vuelta a España, both Roglić and Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe were phenomenal to take his 4th Vuelta a España title, as well as a number of stages. Roglić may not have had the best 2024, but the former Giro d'Italia champion has had an impressive record in the past and has won virtually almost every 1 week stage race, and his record is phenomenal, but he hasn't finished a Tour de France since 2020. He is, however, one of the biggest names in the sport, and it will be interesting to see what he will do next year. Should Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe continue to try and chase Tour de France success with the Slovenian, or is that a bridge too far? Nevertheless, now coming to number 1, and no surprise, the highest paid rider is Tadej Pogačar, who is not only a character on the bike but also one off it, and has a very charitable nature with his Tadej Pogačar Foundation so close to his heart. Pogačar is currently the face of UAE Team Emirates, who is the strongest team in the sport, and Pogačar has shown in his time with the team since joining them in 2019 that he is capable of winning monuments and Grand Tours in a sensational fashion, and made him a truly unique rider. Pogačar achieved something historic in 2024, winning the Giro d'Italia, Tour de France and World Championships in the same year, a feat that seemed impossible in the modern era, and becoming the first rider to do so since 1987. His new contract on the back of that is 8 million euros a year, tying him to the team until 2030. And this year as well, he also showed his versatility once more by winning 2 monuments in the form of Liège-Bastogne-Liège and Lombardia. He truly is a generational talent, and he's all-conquering on the bike with so many incredible achievements to his name. The all-conquering dominance of Tadej Pogačar can best be summarized by his sheer superb record at the UCI rankings, where since 2021 he has won every single year, being the highest placed rider and only finishing second in 2022 to one Primoў Roglić. The breakdown of his salary means Pogačar earns almost 4,000 euros an hour, just shy of 22,000 daily, monthly 666,666 euros, and furthermore, the team has put a hefty buyout clause of 200 million, which eclipses the top 3 cycling teams' yearly budget. So unless Saudi Arabia or Elon Musk back a cycling team, it's safe to say that Tadej Pogačar will stay where he is, potentially the entirety of his career. 8 million euros a year seems like a large figure, but when we consider that Tadej Pogačar is at the pinnacle of the sport and is one of the greatest talents we've seen for many years, we can also see that cycling salaries are dwarfed compared to some of the other sports. And considering cycling is one of the hardest sports in the world, this is quite saddening, as Max Verstappen, the Formula 1 driver, earns 66 million euros a year. Stephen Curry, a basketball player, 52 million euros, and Cristiano Ronaldo north of 200 million euros. So cycling is nowhere near that of the other sports. But anyways, with that, that's basically it for this video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you think of these salaries. And if you haven't already, why not check out the breakdown of the Tour de France winnings as well, or even how Tadej Pogačar has changed the cycling sport forever. As always, have a nice day.